Welcome to Proudly Said, where we bring bold voices and real stories together. I'm John Hyland, Scouse, queer, and still trying to make sense of it all. And this space is for the stuff we don't always say out loud, though we probably should. Let's get into it. Welcome to an episode of Proudly Said, the LGBTQ plus podcast with a Scouse twist, where we bring bold voices and real stories. And I'm actually quite excited because this recording is the first time using these mic covers.
Fancy.
And they are really fancy. We're filming in, don't say the wrong place, we are in Bold Street Coffee in the Plaza. So thank you so much for letting us film here today. My guest, I'm actually quite excited for my guest, but I've said to her, like, she has to introduce herself because she wears so many hats. So over to you.
I'm scared now. I don't know why you trusted me to introduce myself like I can. Hello, my name is Rafaela, and here it goes. I am a musician, an actress, a social media manager, a photographer, videographer, and occasional burlesque dancer.
How do you find the time?
I don't know. The time apparently finds me. I have no idea. I don't sleep a lot. Yeah.
But this, yes, so, and you don't go by Rafaela though, do you?
Oh, Raf. Please call me Raf. Because if you can't call me Rafaela, but I will feel like I'm in trouble. Like, Mum, okay.
My best friend is called Kim, and when she's really winding me up, she gets Kimberly.
Ooh.
Kimberly, she doesn't often get that.
Okay.
Because we're mostly winding each other up. So when you're winding me up and you're not doing what I'm wanting to do, you're going to get Rafaela.
And then I will shudder.
She'll just walk off.
I'll be like, okay, thanks, John, for having me. I'm not coming back.
But I think, okay, so everything just going straight into it. You just mentioned a lot of stuff.
A lot.
So would you class yourself as a creative?
Yes, I am a creative. I think I should start introducing myself as that. And then
creative.
I am just creative. Job is creative. Yeah. Like the Barbie, you know. Or Ken, even. Which one?
Maybe a combination.
Ooh, I like
Ben.
that. You just want to be like Ben. Yeah.
Isn't
nice.
Ben a mouse?
Yeah, but it's really cute because it's like, yeah, friend like Ben. We all want a friend like Ben. Okay, we're getting distracted. This is why I don't put two ADHD persons having a podcast together. Who's meant to,
I'm meant to be
mind
reining you
us.
in. I know. I'm the one who's
Is there an adult in the house?
No. I'm going to go straight into it. Let's stop having fun and get deep. Let's get straight into it and deep.
Straight into it and deep. This heterosexual conversation's like not appropriate for this podcast.
We're only like a minute in.
This is going to be so chaotic. I love it. Okay, sorry, go on. Proceed.
So straight away, we've got into that you're creative, but you're also a person of colour, dual heritage, queer woman, all these things. Do you find that that kind of defines how you go about anything? Like the music you play, the creative things you go into, like does any of that identity like feed into that?
Definitely. I mean, even with my music being a lesbian, I don't know why I have to say it like that, but you do. Like most of my music is about women.
It's about women. Just women.
Just women. I mean, there's a lot. I write a lot about mental health and healing as well, like my own personal journey. But yeah, I like my love songs are all about women and my heartbreak songs. Lesbian heartbreak's hard.
There's a lot of lesbian heartbreak though. I find that
it's awful. Like somebody should have warned me. But yeah. In terms of being mixed race as well, so I'm half Portuguese, half Angolan, and I feel like my genre is like it reflects that because I play a lot of like soul, reggae, jazz blend. I love rock as well. I'm a bit of a genre bender.
I like that though. So do you find that that's some of your music does blend?
Definitely.
I just basically repeated what you said.
Yeah, but it does. It
sound.
Does. Yeah, because like the first single that I released, Summer Rain, I've got djembe, African drums in the background, with some jazz electric guitar, and I feel like I love that because it represents me. I'm not black and white. I don't fit into like one specific box, so it's nice to play about with it.
Have you found that when you are performing, people like connect to that kind of music? Like, do you get that feedback response, or in a way, do you get put in the box so we can like market you a certain way?
I think both. I've definitely done gigs where I feel really awkward and I don't know how to express myself because I'm like, I want to talk about my music and explain the stories behind it, but then if the audience is not resonating with it, like if I'm playing for a whole group of like white, straight, middle-aged men, they'll be like, "What is she talking about?"
That happen often?
Not very often, but it has happened and it's a bit awkward. But last night I was doing a queer gig at Dicrophone.
I love that. I saw that on your Instagram. I was like, that is brilliant.
It was so nice, and it just like made me feel really happy about saying the stories behind my songs, and people were like nodding and like,
they got it.
yeah.
Yes.
I was like, yes, people know what I mean. Yeah, it was nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It was very wholesome. It was very cute. Shout out to Beth. Thank you. That was really nice. Gig yesterday.
I love that. Let's just name drop and throw gigs out.
Microphone.
Boosh.
Liverpool.
But on that, right, we're having this conversation off camera. I'm gonna admit to it. A bit of a stereotypical gay in that my circles seem to be mostly gay men and drag queens. And I was saying this, and I said this to my best friend who is a lipstick lesbian. It's like, honest to God, where are all the lesbians?
We're here. What do you mean?
So like, and again, I know it's because of the circles I'm around, but like even when you go out on like the scene in Liverpool, like I remember years ago when how long have you been in Liverpool?
Like 4 years.
Okay, so when I was like 20, so we're talking like 14 years ago.
No way. Serious?
Yeah, I'm 34.
Do you know?
Yes, I am.
Oh my gosh, the baby. Like I'm like really old, but I am. I'm really old.
So there were certain bars, some that are still here, some that aren't, that you would know that's where like would be predominantly favored by women and lesbians, and they're now not.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, where are all the women?
Yeah, it's like what you mentioned. There's a lot of like gay men in town, because even like the few times that I go out, because I'm a hermit, it is mostly gay men. And you know, don't take me wrong, it's very fun anyway. But yeah, I think this is why it's important that nowadays there's a lot of like groups developing more woman focused social events, like sapphic socials. Name drop.
They're gonna love you.
This is where we all are.
So we just wait for the actual, right, this is where we know the women are gonna be.
Exactly.
Is it a mixture of like safe space and being around other women and not young twinks?
Yeah, I think so, because I feel like I don't really like going out, but I would only really go out to gay town these days, because I feel like I can dress however I want to, I can dance however I want to, I can speak to whoever I want to, and I know that I'm not going to be attacked, judged, made to feel fearful or anything like that. So yeah, definitely needs to be safe space.
Yeah, so I suppose that's what those groups are doing. They're creating groups specifically for people that aren't being represented.
Yeah,
I suppose
definitely.
So I think from that, I think that delves nicely into what you want to talk about, because we're talking about like there's a bit of a stereotypical role playing thing within our community. I find like right now, I agree with you. I think right now there seems to be a bit of a focus on hyper focused gay men, younger audiences in the nighttime economy. And is that just a role that's getting played? But when it comes to like that more personal development, personal relationship type thing, do you think there's also a connection where we're being forced to play certain roles?
I do think so, to be fair. Like I was mentioning to you before, because I feel like personally I've experienced that. I'm only a baby lesbian, I will admit it one time. Baby lesbian. I was a late bloomer. I was a late bloomer. I don't know. I'm gonna blame it on the fact that my frontal lobe wasn't fully developed, and once it was like, oh yeah, I'm here, I was like, oh yeah, woman.
This is what
you
this
know
is.
what I mean? Yeah. So I'm gonna blame it on that. You know,
Okay.
Took my time. We're here now. It's fine. But yeah, I feel like even when I was in a relationship with my first girl,
I like that. My first girl.
My first girl. Like
first
I've had
girl.
loads, you know what I mean? Like Jesus Christ. But yeah, there was a whole expectation that she actually even said to me, it was like, oh, we can't both be feminine. And I was actually like, I felt a bit like, is this really happening? Like, is somebody actually telling me this? I'm like, I am a girl. I like girls. I wanted to date girls. So therefore, why the fuck not?
So I'm saying that your first girlfriend was feminine.
Yeah.
Femme presenting, feminine, hyper feminine, that kind of thing. So what? So she wanted you to go butch.
Well, I don't know why
sense.
she expected that, because like, you know, I'm very switched. Like I was dressed in men's jorts yesterday. So like it depends on the day, but
jorts.
Typical, right? Typical lesbian. Yeah, it's bad. I am a walking stereotype. It's really bad, but it is what it is.
I mean, not right now.
Not right now, because today I felt girly. Do you know what I mean? I just look at myself in the mirror and I decide that day what I want to wear. And
which is the way it should be.
Exactly, right? But yeah, I don't really think we should be basing our same-sex relationships in heteronormative dynamics, because that's the whole point. We're in same-sex relationships. So if you're masc and you want to date other mascs, that's fine. Or if you want to be switches and date switches, if you want to be both feminine, same with men. It's the same thing. Like, just do whatever the fuck you want and stop listening to people.
Well,
straight people, sorry.
We do. I mean, yeah. As much as we do talk about being in a heteronormative society, I think even definitely these days, if anything, we should be like powering against that, because it feels like we're being put back in a box, and maybe to some extent put back in the closet.
Definitely. Don't put us in boxes, because we don't fit.
it
You need
feels
to get a bigger box. I don't know where this is going. Cut that bit off. I don't know. I was trying to help, but I derailed the conversation even further. It's fine. We're good. Let's continue.
I love bloopers.
The chaos.
So I'm still getting my brain around like the
My hand's so
previous. What?
My hand's really sweaty. I don't know why. I'm not even
It's
nervous.
the laughing.
Oh, is it?
I think it's the laughing. I do that. Thanks for telling us that you're sweating.
You're welcome.
So I'm still trying to get my head around like what. I'm trying to go serious now, Raf. Come on.
Sorry, I'll try my best.
Scene. This first relationship of yours was like you need to fit the stereotypical box. Like did they have a reason?
I was also her first girlfriend, and
okay.
she'd only dated men before. And I think it's just because actually, when I pointed it out to her, I was like, you know, why are you like, the whole point is we're in the same sex relationship, so you don't need to use the same rules and have the same dynamics as in a heterosexual relationship. And when I brought that to her, she was like, oh yeah, right, of course.
So that was fine.
I think it's just the conditioning, you know, like we grew up this way. Like I think me, even like my internalized not knowing that I like girls, it is that, isn't it? It's like once it was brought to me that it was an option, I was like, oh yeah, of course I like girls.
I think it's interesting when everyone has their like gay awakening.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a running joke that like, especially with gay men, it's when they see a certain someone on TV.
Yeah.
Is it the same from like women? Because to be fair, one of my friends did say that when she watched The L Word when she was younger, that was her gay awakening.
My gay awakening. Oh my god, no, I'm really bad because basically I used to have like girl crushes on TV, and I used to like, because I had a boyfriend for a really long time. Like we were together for almost 7 years, and I used to have all sorts of conversations with him about like Jessie J was one of them. I was like, oh yeah, I could totally kiss Jessie J. I was like, I wouldn't do anything else with her, but like, you know, I could kiss her. Yeah, right. And then I had loads of other girl crushes and stuff, and I thought I was like, oh, I want to be like them because it looked cool. But now that I look back at it, I was like, fuck, you're so gay, girl. So gay.
I love the retrospective hindsight of, oh, that's what that is.
Literally though. And I was actually on my last ever date with the man that I had when I was like, oh no, I am gay. I was watching a comedy show, and she's my friend now, Jane, and she was her sketch was about coming out as a lesbian. And I remember sitting there and I was looking at him and I was looking at her, and I looked at him and her, and I was like, oh my god, I am gay. And then I broke up, and then became a full raging lesbian.
How did he take that?
I didn't tell him that. I just broke up with him.
Because that was a date. Oh, you just broke up with him.
Yeah, nice. I wasn't going to tell him I'm a full raging lesbian. The guy would have been like, I am the one who broke your heart and became...
You know, it's funny though, because you never really see that though. It's always, oh, the girlfriend that made the boy gay. It's never the other way around.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I mean, what I see, like, you know, like it's always like a storyline for TV or something, or... It's the running joke. Again, maybe it's just the circles I run in.
I think it's the circles you run in, because believe me, I know a lot of bisexual women who only date women for the reason of men not being very nice to them.
Really?
Yeah.
So again, okay, so here's stereotypes. I always thought the stereotype is, or was, that men kind of like the idea of a woman being bisexual because of the lesbian fantasy type thing, whereas on the other side, again, this is a stereotype, by the way. I'm not like putting any assumptions out there. Women don't like the idea of men being bisexual in a straight relationship because of, again, it's probably some bizarre little homophobic background.
Yeah, I think that's definitely sounds like some sort of like internalized homophobia, to be fair. I mean, I definitely have I've been on the receiving end of the stereotype of like even being with a girl partner and people being like, oh, like excited about it because it's like a thing that they automatically somehow have access to. But no, I think like a lot of my bisexual girlfriends, girl space friends, end up end up dating other bisexual men because
then the understanding is there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But again, that's really interesting though, because I think there's like, and again, I think there's definitely biphobia within, maybe not as strong as biphobia, but like a misunderstanding of bisexuality within the community, because the fact that you just said that, you know, a lot of bisexual women date bisexual men, to some people who just want to say bisexual is just the step before full homosexuality, which many do tend to say, rightly or wrongly, is that not then kind of, this is a bizarre conversation I did not expect we were going to go into, by the way, Raf, sorry.
I know, we had a plan.
We had a plan. I do like the natural flow though.
Same.
Is that not like leading into that weird stereotype though? That, you know?
Yeah, it does actually. But also, like, I hate labels. like I initially when I came out, I identified myself as pansexual because since I was really, really young, like a kid, I used to say you fall in love with people, not genders.
I
And
love
still nobody told me I was gay, but you know, that's another story.
that.
But I don't really particularly like labels.
Mm.
I feel like they're necessary if you're trying to like find yourself or if you want to not feel
I need to put it like,
excluded.
what is
Yeah,
this? This
like
is what that
this is
is.
how I feel. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure to fit into a label. And I
Yeah,
know a lot
true.
of people who like, you know, even like straight people who then started dating women like me, I had everyone be like, oh, you're a lesbian now. And somehow I was a little bit scared of that in the beginning. I used to be like, oh, I'm pansexual, you know, I have a
Yeah,
girlfriend.
yeah.
But I don't know, you know, because I feel like it's a lot of pressure in the beginning.
Rather than just like, just let me be.
Yeah, because it's like just expect that we're not in a binary. We're fluid
Yeah,
with our preferences. Times change. There's like so many billions of people in the world. Is it 8 billion, 8 point something billion?
something ridiculous.
Yeah. So like everyone is so unique. And yes, you might be majorly attracted to some type of features that could be more presented in men or more presented in women. But there's no reason, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to
I think
happen.
that's the best way to look at it.
So
You know,
I think it's like percentages, isn't it? Like fluidity.
fluidity. That's
Yeah.
it. It's a spectrum, like most things.
Yeah. Yeah. We're on another spectrum, but yeah.
Telling you, Jesus wept. So okay, so do you find that any of those kind of going back to the creative conversation?
Yeah.
Do you find that any of those kind of like vibes and messaging ends up in your music? Or any form of storytelling, because we've just discussed that you do quite a lot, because you could put that into your pole dancing.
I am doing it.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
really?
So next month I got a performance and it's like a Pride special edition
Yes.
one. And I am totally dressing up in like big manly clothes whilst with my 8-inch heels, of course.
I love that.
And I'm going to do like a sapphic power, empowering like dancing. Yeah, definitely. Just to break free of all that shit. Like you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah,
And
this is
like,
me.
yeah.
Fuck you. You just heard me swear, so you're made up now. Like,
Yeah. I was waiting for it. I was like, I don't know what's happened to me recently, but I never used to swear. And I feel like it's 30 years worth of repressing me to swear. And now I'm just getting it all out. And every 5 seconds, I'm like,
oh, we love a potty mouth. We love a potty mouth. Okay, so I want to know more about the creative process, right? So,
okay.
especially from the dancing side of things,
Mhm.
right? So I know a lot of dancers, but I have never spoke like this in depth with pole dancing.
Mhm.
I've seen like I know a couple of guys who do it, and oh my god, hot as hell. But what's that creative process like? So even the one you're just talking about.
Like, how do I get it started and stuff?
Yeah, and then like what
Oh.
like and how did you like how when you're thinking of like choreo for it and stuff?
Oh, okay. So I feel like because I started with like because I like burlesque and I'm an actor as well, so I like
Oh, another one.
performance and showbiz and stuff. You know, I like to be seen. You know, dramatic. So I feel like it depends. Like at Christmas, I did a whole Santa baby routine, and I was dressed up in a little hoodie, like
Like Red
Santa
Riding Hood.
hoodie and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like that is part of that. I want to cause a reaction, I think, and I want people to
Okay.
think about things. And I think this next performance, because it was like about pride specifically, and you know, because I am a lesbian, I wanted
Are you?
to. Yeah, have I said it enough? Women are great. I love women. Sorry.
You can have them.
Thank you. You can have all the men. Oh my god. High five.
Sorted.
Best. Love it. And now I started speaking about women. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh yeah.
Creative process. Want to like
Yeah.
provoke a response.
Yeah. So I started, I'm very musical. So I started by picking the song and I found it really hard to pick a song that actually reflects, because it's not just the lyrics, it's the, oh my God, my voice just disappeared.
that.
That was so intense. I was like,
It's not so much the song.
yeah. So pick not only what the lyrics say, but also what the beats are and how that resonates with my body and the way I like to move.
Right, I get you.
And then I started thinking about outfits and like specific things I like to do. Like I mean, no spoiler alert, but I want to eat a peach on stage
Love it.
because I want it to be like proper sapphic.
I love
And
that.
I want to shock people. So I'm going to do like, I have a few tricks up my sleeve and I'm just going to like, I want people squealing.
So, no, and I like that though, because then people are like, what the hell is this? But then it's
Yeah.
like also,
Like
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like just for a random, like, so I was at an event on Friday.
Yeah.
It was a Eurovision themed cabaret, and one of the drag queens did obviously Conchita Wurst, Rise Like a Phoenix, but started the song like emulating Conchita Wurst, like a what you expect of like a drag king beard,
Mhm.
and the track was him coming on and basically de-dragging.
That's fucking awesome, actually.
which was really cool. So by the end of it, like he had his top off, he'd like washed
Yeah.
off his face,
Whoa, that's actually really
which is
awesome.
really bizarre because at first when I was watching it, like the beard when he used like his micellar water came off and it covered his face, and I was like, that looks
Yeah.
problematic, and then it very quickly came off,
That's
thankfully.
good. I imagine that's just like, because it's a lot of makeup they wear, isn't it? Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, so it's like again that there's a story in it, so
Definitely.
that's kind of way you're like, especially for this
Definitely.
upcoming one.
Yeah. I like the storytelling element of it, and I think that's my acting background.
I love that.
Yeah.
So is that the same with with the music side of it as well?
Yeah, because it's all storytelling, but it is not mostly. It is just about my personal because I feel like a lot of other musicians write about all sorts of things, and I used to when I was a kid because I remember writing about like the war and stuff like that. But lately,
Oh wow, okay.
I feel like I think because I only started performing a year and a half ago,
Really?
and
So I've seen a couple of impromptu performances, not actual like gigs of yours, which I need to change. But I've been to things where you've then had to been singing.
No, it's
The
just like,
best
"Hey, excuse me."
the best being Alex from Club holding the mic for you. That was the best.
That was cute. I was like, it was intense.
I was waiting for Alex's hand to like drop because it just like lost all blood flow to
But it was nice because it felt like emotional support. I was like, I don't like being up the stage by myself. I feel like I should bring an Alex every time with me.
That's really cute though, because like
Yeah.
you imbue like confidence.
Oh, thank
Is
you.
that the right phrase? Imbue.
I mean, I like it.
You know
I'm
what I
gonna say
mean.
that. I aspire to imbue confidence.
No, but I think you do though. So I think So
Thank you. I struggled a lot with my confidence actually, and like,
Really?
yeah. My first ever time that I performed, I was so like, it's not even nervous, it's not even anxious, it's like paralyzing. Like, I've played the guitar since I was 13 years old, so that should be the thing that comes to me more naturally, other than singing, because it's quite recent. And I couldn't even play the guitar. Like, I struggled so badly, and only my close friends and family know how much I struggled and how much I was like so stuck in my body. And I think that's a lot of like trauma, and also like being gay helped with that as well. It helped me feel more confident in myself and in my body. And yeah, I feel like it's been a long journey. But like, even yesterday, somebody said your stage presence is so good, and I was like, wow.
So it's interesting. Is
Never in
it
a
a
million
case
years.
of that? Like, so when they say like, when gay people come out, queer
Yeah.
people come out, it's like the world it's come off their shoulders.
Literally.
So it's maybe had an all-encompassing thing on yourself.
I think so. And I think even being confident in my masculine energy, because I feel like I remember vividly I was like a teenager, and some man told me, I was like, if you dressed more feminine, you could have any man you wanted. And
I don't want one.
I know, but back then I did, and I thought I did, and I just had this thing now that I must be hyper feminine at all times, and I must fit this box. And I was like really worried about the way I stood and the way I sat, and I was like, I couldn't really sit with my legs open. And now I'm literally there in jorts all the time like this, and I'm like, I feel great.
But it says a lot though, like, and
Yeah.
I think this is where it's frustrating, like the world we live in right now, where it's like that individuality, that expression seems to be getting like stifled.
It is, yeah, definitely.
And it's like, why? Because people then can be themselves and be their full selves and give which you now give to the world, which maybe you wouldn't have done if you didn't feel like you could do that.
Definitely. Yeah, but there's a whole theory about that and why we're not allowed to be ourselves, but that's for another podcast.
Jeez, okay. Fair. So I think, 'cause I'm just conscious of time, corporate. What have you got coming up from a creative perspective?
So I've got that performance next month for Pride. That's Sips and Sinners Cabaret at Pussycats in Liverpool. I'm playing Sefton Pride as well next month.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
So that's really, like, I'm so happy about that. I was like, oh my God. And I'm also, because I sing in a choir as well, Sense of Sound Singers.
Yes.
So we're doing Crim Classical in the Waterfront this year as well. So that's
When's
in
that?
June.
June.
Oh God, the 26th.
Don't worry about the dates. But
It's a Saturday.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
21st.
Yeah, that makes sense then, because obviously we've done the recent in club with Jennifer.
Yeah.
Which was fab. Okay, I'm just this is one little question. Like, do
Okay.
you find that people with shared experiences definitely come together and help each other in that space?
Wait, come again. Sorry, what?
Shared experiences.
Shared experiences.
So again, I'm going back to that whole. So Jennifer is also a queer woman of color who's in a similar workspace as yourself. And do you think that shared lived experience, can kind of like help each other?
Oh, 100%. Because I actually, the way that me and Jennifer started working together and being involved professionally was because I was searching for a vocal coach that would be able to help me. And Jennifer being a Black woman and being queer, that was me being like, I need a role model. I need a role model. Representation matters so much. You know what I mean? And I felt, yeah.
And I'm sick, like my background's like media and stuff, and I'm sick of seeing things saying like, oh look, another gay in the storyline or a gay on the program. It's like, yeah, the whole 2 of like 20 cast members, it's like 2 of them.
Wow, too much.
Representation.
They just can't handle us. It's okay.
I think that is their case. I don't think they can. Don't think they can.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
So I suppose with all these different creative things that you do, right, and your just general life, because it's you said it, not me.
I mean, I know you were thinking it. It is a bit chaotic, but would you have it any other way?
This, and this, because then if one doesn't work, I can focus on the other one. If that doesn't work, I can focus on that one, and then maybe I can bring them all together.
Listen, this is the yeah. You got the point. There is bringing them all together is exactly what I'm trying to do, because I feel like I've got very specific plans for what I want my gigs to look like in the future when I have the budget and capacity, and it's like everything's going to be incorporated together. All the showgirl stuff, the pole dancing. I'm going to be worse than Snoop Dogg. I'm going to be having like people on poles and just going to be great.
But from an empowering perspective, rather than just let's get a sexy woman on stage on a pole.
Yeah, because I can't be distracted. Like I am performing. If there's like, I mean, oh god, I didn't think about this way. I did. Not me having the full gay panic whilst I'm trying to sing and like look around and there's like sexy women dancing.
I'd like to think you've done that many rehearsals prior that you'd be like desensitized or numb to it, like, oh, I've seen enough of you now, I'm done with you. I can just perform.
Never gonna happen. Have you seen, well, I guess you don't really care. I was like, have you seen women? I was like, have you seen men?
I have seen women. I have seen many women, and I can appreciate a beautifully attractive woman.
Exactly.
Not in the same way you probably do.
I hope not.
So that was actually going to be my next question, to be fair. Is like, what is like the dream with it all? Is that like your one woman show that like incorporates everything? Well, not a one woman show, but like a all encompassing performance kind of thing.
Definitely. I want to just tour the world, put on a great show, help people relate, be a bit of a positive influence in the world right now, because I feel like we need it. Absolutely. We need to hear more positive stories. We need to have more shared safe spaces. We need to just rock the world.
Rock the world. I like that. I like that. Love it. Right. Okay. So there's this little segment that I do where I kind of want to put people on the spot.
Which spot?
That one over there off camera. Come back.
I'm back. I didn't like that spot. Right. What is it?
So you said you've only been in Liverpool for about 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But did you like visit much beforehand?
Yes.
Or did you? Okay, cool.
I specifically chose Liverpool to live because I was like, I like the city. I'm going to be an honorary Scouser. Take me.
Fair. And you know, we do take our honorary Scousers quite well when they give back. Which you are definitely within the queer community anyway. If you could pick one thing, whether it's a person, a song, a food, anything, a thing that screams to you Liverpool. I know you live in Crosby, but still.
Shocking.
What would you like pick? And it can be anything.
Can it be a word?
Yeah, of course it can.
Can it be 2 words?
Whatever. Let me just keep changing the boundaries on the question you just asked me.
I don't like to fit in boxes. You know that I told you this. This is the whole point.
Anything. Whatever thing to you screams Liverpool.
Community and artistry.
Okay, elaborate.
So community, like Liverpool is just everywhere. I looked as community in different aspects. Let it be like queer community, creative community, and then I said artistry because I came to Liverpool when I was a hotel manager, and
really?
I came to open up the Inside Hotel. I was in a completely different I was head of house. I can't even remember what I was. Front of house manager. What the heck would you call it? It's been that long. Manager. I forgot. Yeah,
in charge of reception.
I was like the third in charge, but it was a lot, and that's why I came to Liverpool. And I forgot what I was going with this. What was the question? Oh my god,
artistry.
Oh yeah, so
what means Liverpool?
Yeah, it was like 5 years where I was working in that corporate world, and I completely lost my sense of creative self. And when I came to Liverpool, I found it, and I owe that fully to Liverpool, fully to the community in Liverpool, and just the energy there is. Like, there's so many big people, so many musicians, so many creatives that came from Liverpool. Yeah, and I feel like the city is alive.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I like the whole Liverpool is alive thing. I think, you know what, it comes back to the whole, like, yes, we are we were European Capital of Culture 2008,
Yeah.
and we never want to lose that title.
I don't think it will.
And definitely from a cultural perspective, because like I think you've come from a creative background, and I think this is the city to be in. To
Literally,
do that.
though, it's the first time in my life where I really feel at home. And I've moved a lot, and I'm from many places, and yeah, I just feel like I don't have an itch to move, because I've always had this thing where I'm like, go somewhere. I lived in Belfast, I lived in Northampton, I lived in many places, Lisbon, and it's
Wow.
yeah, it's like the first time that I'm like, I don't really have a need to move. I don't want to. I'm really happy here, and like, bear in mind, I want to travel, I want to tour, I want to do all sorts of things, but I feel like I want
You
to
somewhere
come
that
back
is
to
home.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, this is my base.
This is the base.
Yeah, just psychic.
I like that though, because I think sometimes I think when you're from the place, you don't quite see that until someone
you don't
tells you.
appreciate it.
Because I lived in Northern Ireland for a couple of years, not Belfast. I lived Ballymena, which is like 45 minutes away.
I know Ballymena. Ballymena.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool cheese.
And coming back, it was like, oh yeah, no, I miss this. I miss things happening. Oh no, I've really enjoyed this episode. It's been
Thank you.
It's been a weird little roller coaster of conversation.
You wouldn't expect it any other way from us too, would you?
Absolutely not. And I think the irony is, like, I think we've like connected in only a couple of different ways. And I think it's quite nice that we've just went a bit crazy.
This is true. This is true. I'm glad this happened. Thank you for having me. It was really fun.
Let's go for a coffee and record it.
Yeah, literally. It feels like that though. Yeah, I like it. We should do it more often.
Maybe I should start. That's what I'm going to start calling this now. It's not Proudly Said. It's
Coffee and chats.
yeah. Queer coffee and chat.
Oh my god.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna.
That was so scouse of me, by the way.
Oh
my god.
So where can people find you online if they want to find out more about you, what you're doing, etc.?
I'm on all social media platforms as Music by Rafaela. If you type in Music by with no spaces, it comes up straight away.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I am a social media manager and I have picked the best social media handles, so I don't have to spell my name ever.
Because Music by, and then no one has to try and spell.
It comes up straight away.
How did you manage that?
I'm just a genius. I don't know. I literally thought I was like trying to figure out usernames for me, and I was like Rafaela Music, blah blah, and then I was like, oh, Music by. And then, because when you type it in, nothing comes up. Oh. And then when I saw mine, it's the first thing that comes up, Music by. It's Rafaela.
I'm actually quite surprised that Proudly Said's not been taken before. I was really genuinely surprised when I started doing the social handles. I was like, ooh, TikTok, there's a dot between Proudly and Said.
That's okay.
But that's fine.
It makes it more readable.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like organized.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate
thanks,
it.
John.
So that has been another episode of Proudly Said, where we bring bold voices and real stories. Very real stories, very bold voices.
Chaos.
Oh yeah, I might have to get you to just do a little bit of music at the end of it. No,
gosh.
I won't really. Don't worry.
You could just put just one of the videos.
Yeah.
Because you put me on the spot. What am I going to sing?
No, I'm only playing.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round.
Yeah. What if I don't get like a copyright tick for that?
Oh, wait, it's not copyrighted. It's a nursery.
How old is that? Anyway, before we go off on another tangent.
Bye.
You can find Proudly Said on, well, not all, because I'm specifically not on certain ones. Instagram and TikTok at Proudly Said. And if you want to get in touch with the podcast, it's hey@proudlysaid.co.uk. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time.
Love it. Yeah. Bye.
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 You've been listening to Proudly Said. If it meant something to you, pass it on. If it didn't, maybe it will one day. Either way, stay kind, stay loud, and stay proud. Thanks for listening.